I'm Maggie Fletcher, the Visual Art Programmer here at the Festival Centre, the art space here, and it's just great to be able to do these sorts of things alongside this beautiful exhibition of Anangu Backyard. As has always been done for thousands of years when Indigenous people cross into other people's country, they're appropriately welcomed. So Uncle Lewis O'Brien, respected Kaurna elder, is here to welcome our special guests from Ernabella and all of you people too. Thank you.
Marawichanga, Kaurna Viana, no Wangani, Mani Nabudni, Gani Atana. No Birka, Mankalankala, Tandanya, Mianaku. Nature Yungandalia, Nature Yakanandalia, Padni Adru Waru. On behalf of the Kaurna people, I welcome you all to Kaurna country, and I do this ambassador of the Adelaide Plains people. My brothers, my sisters, let's walk together in harmony. Natalia.
I'd like to introduce to you now Reverend Bill Edwards, who was the superintendent of the Ernabella, what was mission then for a long time.
Thanks Maggie, thanks to Uncle Lewis, and it's good to see so many people coming along tonight. It means a lot to me because it's 50 years ago this month, about a week ago, in fact a week ago last Saturday night, it was 50 years since I arrived at Ernabella as a young man with black hair. There's some old folk around who were there even before my time know here, one at the door, Nancy Shepherd, who was a teacher there, and my wife had just arrived. We were not married then, and we met there. She had arrived a few weeks earlier as the sister. Ernabella was started as a mission in 1937, right up in the northwest of South Australia, in the Musgrave Ranges. Dr. Charles Dewgood, surgeon in North Terrace, had been up that way, was concerned about what was happening to Aboriginal people in the area, the Pitjantjatjara, young Pitjantjatjara people, and he advocated that there be a buffer station and especially a centre for health, a medical mission. And through his work, the Presbyterian Church opened Ernabella in 1937. They bought what was a sheep lease and maintained the sheep work to provide work. So the grandfathers of these children were shearers and shepherds and fence builders and well sinkers, and their grandmas spun the wool from the sheep. The first school opened in 1940. The first teacher, Ron Trudinger, was quite a skilled musician, and in the reports fairly soon after 1940, there are reports of the excellence of the singing of the kids. He was teaching them Western part singing. Now some people might say, why interfere with traditional culture? Well, I'm afraid we're all part of a modern world. People are going to be made aware of these things, and to me it's not either or, but it's both and these people have kept their traditional music, their traditional culture. It's under severe challenge, but the music is still strong, and the women over here can still sing with great gusto their dreaming song cycles. But I think every group has the right to learn Bach and other great music, and so the Pitjantjaras have learnt that. Ron and later others translated hymns, saying we're a Presbyterian mission. Of course, the 23rd Psalm was translated, and of course the people were shepherds, so it was an appropriate psalm. But many of the old Christmas hymns, Silent Night and so forth, and Easter hymns and so forth were translated. By the time I got there, there was a hymn book just being edited with 100 hymns in Pitjantjatjara. It's a lovely language to sing. One thing with Pitjantjatjara, and I'll probably be singing some things in Pitjantjatjara, they have no final consonants. People who sing in choirs will know the problem the conductor has of ending everybody at the but there's no final consonant, so everybody can just fade off. No final stop consonants, that is, so everybody can just fade off in the singing of the music. Now, from that initial work in the school, as these children became young adults, they formed a choir. Not so much a choir as we know it. There may be in a church, there may be 12 people they're the choir, they go up the front. But in the Ernabella church, everybody was the choir. Everybody sang parts, because in traditional life, everybody sang, everybody hunted, everybody had to make implements. You had to do everything, and everybody had to sing the songs. And they soon learned the differences in our Western harmonies. So the whole congregation would be a choir. But then they were invited, so 1954, they came down to Adelaide. The Queen was here, and they wanted to come and see the Queen. They sold dingo scalps, raised money, came down on the back of a truck, and these young people came and sang at the Adelaide Teachers College. Fortunately, I was visiting from Melbourne at the time, and I heard them sing there, not knowing I would, within 4 years, be going up to join them. But that was a great visit in 1954. And when I went there in 1958, I was asked to take over the choir, and that was really one of the great privileges of my life. I always feel one of the greatest things I've done is taught Pitjantjatjara people to sing "O Sacred Head Sore Wounded" in Pitjantjatjara. I taught them the parts of that, and nothing else can beat that, apart from getting married and having my lovely family. And teaching then, there was no piano around the place, and so I would have to sing the tenor part, the alto, bass, soprano, and people would imitate. Of course, that's their way of traditional learning, just imitating, and then others would pick it up from the ones who were learning it well. So the choir continued. 1966, my wife and I took them down to Melbourne, Adelaide, several provincial places, Geelong, Warrnambool, Portland and Gambia. We had a great trip. We sang in the Melbourne Town Hall, 2,000 people, and the grandparents of these people just stood up and sang home and how'd that go? No problem. And a wonderful tour then. They would go to Alice Springs at times and sing. They sang at home when we had Christmas or Easter pageants. And the Christmas pageants, they'd be sitting in a creek bed singing, and people would come and act the parts. Mary would come in on a real donkey, and the wise men came. Where's Mudada? There he is. His father used to be one of the camel men, would come in with the wise men. One of the funny accompaniments to singing, you know, a camel has a very big bladder, and when they let it go in the middle of a hymn, it makes quite a noise. Now, I don't know whether you've ever heard the singing of a Christmas carol accompanied by a camel leaving its bladder. It's quite an experience. Another time singing while shepherds watched their flocks one night, and suddenly the sopranos jumped up. There was a snake, mirror, 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 a snake. So the tenors came down, killed the snake, and we went on with the next verse. Have some interest here. I've never seen that kind of thing happen in the festival theatre. 1979, we took them to Fiji, a wonderful trip, meeting with other Indigenous people. 84, they went to Sydney, and then many of the choir that I knew have passed on. There's still some very solid older people, but in 2004, they came down here to Adelaide and sang at the festival in the town hall, and that was a great experience. That's just a brief history of the choir. As I say, many of those old ones have passed on, others like me, getting old. And to me, one of the great things of the past year has been to see this and to see their grandchildren coming on and taking up that role again.
Thanks very much, Bill. Well, we didn't have to sell dingo scalps to get this choir here, but it was probably close to that. Anyway, I'd like to introduce to you now Sam Osborne, who's the principal of the Ernabella School, and also choir master.
I'd like to thank Maggie for her efforts to get us down here. She said, "I'm thrilled you can come," and I said, "So am I." I said, "How much money have you got?" And she said, "Nothing," and I said, "So have I." And so Maggie was able to look around and find some people that were able to sponsor us, and we'll perhaps do a little thank you to them. I'd also like to thank Uncle Lewis for his welcome this evening, and acknowledge, of course, we are singing in Ghana country, and it's a privilege to be here to do so and to continue that tradition that has existed here for as long. Okay, we're going to start off with Kulileya, which those of you who know a bit of your Pitjantjatjara history might remember a protest movement to fight for land rights with the Pitjantjatjara, young Pitjantjatjara people. in the late 70s before the land rights agreement that was signed at the Idjinbidi homeland in 1981. And this was the song that was put together to talk about the importance of listening to the people of the country. Thank you.
From a time long ago. Listen and learn and sing blessings, stories and strong.
is the most technically challenging piece. As Bill said, it's really nice to try a whole range of musical styles and give a whole range of experiences for the children. This is by the well-known English composer John Rutter, and it's the Lord Bless You and Keep You from Hebrews chapter 6. Song for this bracket will be a total surprise for lots of people. We had a teacher come for a term who had a special skill, so we decided to harness his skills. I'm not going to tell you what it is just yet. Bill Edwards talked about Dr. Duguid, and I believe that he was strongly Scottish, so this is kind of a little bit of an Ernabella thread. Just going to ask the children to sit down for a 2 or 3 minute break because it's a long time to stand up and it's quite warm here, and then we'll come back with a second bracket and maybe some more surprises. Is there any camels here yet? I'll get John to watch the door for me. One of the parts of the story from the school perspective about choir for this group here started at the beginning of last year when Mr. Gordon Inkaji, who some of his family's here tonight, came to the school and he really wanted to teach the kids some choir. And so he began to teach the kids some of the 4-part hymns that he knows. I've discovered that I think he knows probably dozens and dozens of Pitjantjatjara hymns with every verse and soprano, alto, tenor and bass, which he teaches every part. And he also knows probably enough of the song cycles to sing for about 3 months without taking a break. So he's almost like a super-powered computer with music. And he got us going, and by September of that year we had been invited to come to the Festival of Music for the primary schools in September as an assisting artist, and Bill and other people helped to put a program together, and so that was really our first tour, other than whizzing over to Ernabella School and Alice Springs and other little things that came up. So this is really the second tour for this group, and they get better every time. And we have lots of interest from all sorts of people now, which is a very short time for the kids to really learn these things and feel really confident. One of the things about an Anangu school, and I'll rabbit on about this because I can see some people who have been intimately involved with Anangu schools, so they'll know what I'm talking about, is that they get very, very busy with lots of things, and you have to be very, very careful about keeping the really important things and doing a few things very well. And so our governing council has been working very hard on this, and they decided that they wanted to be the best in the world at choir and circus and ceramics. And you can actually view 2 of those things here tonight. Some of the children here, their work is here with photography, and just down the hall there with some ceramics. And so we work really hard on those things to be very, very good at them, rather than doing a few things kind of at a low level of engagement. You kind of have a bit of an interest, and then that's the last of the experience. We want the kids to keep building on the same experiences, become proficient and learn the discipline of it. So that's really the story of the choir, and we hope that that will continue to grow over time. Okay, we're going to open with a song, which is a very popular gospel song that's been sung many, many times before. We're going to give it a little bit of a twist of some description. kids like singing the song from Annie tomorrow. This next song we sang at a function for the Assateague opening last night, and I had a man from Zambia interrogate me as to why we were singing in a language that he could understand. And when I explained to him that we met the Watoto Children's Choir at Ayers Rock, we opened for them and surprised them by singing one of their songs at their own opening, he said, "That makes sense," and then he disappeared out the side door, so that was interesting. This is Yesu Niwangu, which belongs to the Watoto Children's Choir, which we've slightly Ananguised, and it's mainly Swahili with a little bit of Pitjantjatjara and I think maybe some tones of Lugandan as well. So part of the choir experience is learning about new cultures and new languages as well as new musical styles. Steal Away was the traditional arrangement. The name of the arranger has escaped my mind for the moment. It was a really interesting and eventually a powerful experience to talk about what slavery meant as part of the process, because very few of the children actually understood, and it was about the time of the national apology. And it was interesting because I had a number of people ring me, a bit like you ring your family on Christmas Day. How was your day? People must have been celebrating in the streets, but it wasn't quite like that where we were. But we were able to use the opportunities of learning about what freedom really means through choir and make the links, and eventually the penny really dropped with the kids, and the two standing alongside of each other was a really powerful learning experience. And so one of the reasons I love to do choir is because it gives powerful tools for learning about life, about music, languages and cultures through what we do through singing, which is something that the kids love. So this is Yesu Niwangu from the Watoto Children's Choir. For our final song this evening, we have some homegrown talent, which Jennifer was thrilled to find you could actually press a button on a CD player around the corner to hear her song, which was a nice little thing. The thing I'd like to mention about the exhibition is that kids don't very often get to come and see their work at an exhibition. Alison, who's travelling with us, and others, as professional artists, get that experience a lot, and it was a real thrill for the kids to be able to come, not just to sing here, but to be here yesterday to look at their own work with their name on it, their photography, their ceramics, and so that's been a real thrill as well. This song, Mura Pildenga, is by Jennifer, and she recorded it in September-October last year, and she's going to perform it tonight with a little help from her friends. It's a song about, I think it's a young person's dream of community development and a better day, so it's a really terrific song. Thanks very much for coming out tonight. As I look out, I can see everyone that's a familiar face or a very familiar face as connections and friends and malpas. That's what I love about Jennifer's songs, about malpa juradara, because when we come to Adelaide to sing, we always have old friends who love to support and make the connection, so we appreciate that. It's been a real thrill for us to sing here tonight. Again, I'd like to thank the Anangu Backyard exhibition and their organisers, and Maggie, the sponsors that she mentioned earlier that made this function possible. and all of you for supporting these people. And as I said earlier, I know that it's more than just coming to see a show. It's a Malpas sort of a connection that you guys are here tonight to see them and enjoy their music. They love coming and singing for you guys. So.